Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are taking our first look into Tier 6 ranked battles. Now, just as a heads up, we are going to be in a division with Let 'em Peek, and we are in an Akatsuki and a radar cruiser combo. It's a pretty strong combo. Basically, I go out and do my thing that I'm supposed to do in a destroyer, and I have backup for when things go south. Comes in handy. But it's more than that. There's a lot of things that I see people doing wrong every single game in ranked battles. On either side, doesn't matter. Our side, their side, doesn't matter. I see it all the time. Things that people are doing wrong. First of all, they're not paying attention. Number one thing that's going to keep you alive is knowing what the enemy is doing, okay? And I'm going to do a pretty good job of keeping the enemy lit, which means you have no excuse for not knowing what's going on around you, okay? And we are also going to get some fortuitous bounces in terms of, things going our way in this match. But I noticed early on, oh, did I mention that Let 'em Peek in the Shores also has RDF on his? Yeah. He's using the radar detection finder, which means that the closest ship to us gets a general location that he can kind of radio to me and let me know what's going on. So I knew that I was going to be safe coming over here to sea. Now, I always stress try to win your side, and in a domination, you must control 2 caps, period. Doesn't matter what you're up against, doesn't matter what tier you're in, doesn't matter ranked battles, normal battles, doesn't matter. If you're in a domination, your goal is to control 2 caps. Everything else beyond that is just, extra, bonus, whatever you want to call it. But you can see I'm a little bit timid going in straight into C, but we see that B is already being kept, and we're going to go ahead and jump into C. Now, we're going to have a teammate, and we're not going to call him out, but basically this cruiser that's right next to us that isn't Shores, or isn't Let 'em Peek, he is going to kind of put himself in a bad position. Now, notice all of the people that are lit up on the leaderboard or up on the minimap right now. Everybody on the enemy team is spotted for the most part. And where are they? Heading straight towards us. Now, I'm going to go in behind this island initially because I need to get my torpedoes back, but I also need to try to maintain a little bit of a sight between me and them. Now, I launched torps out ahead of these guys in the center because I want to get rid of these guys that are going to jump back and help. And look at these torpedoes. Yeah, that's not gonna do them any good. Unfortunately, though, our cruiser, while he did try to do the right thing by jumping in there and helping to get rid of destroyers early, it's ultimately going to cost him his life because he didn't notice all of the guys in front of him. If he had gone straight into the center, he probably would have survived. If he had not gone and stayed right there where he is, he probably would have survived. Basically, he could have done anything other than what he just did. Now, notice that those torpedoes that we hit the Jervis with just landed on the Flint. We got 2 more torpedo hits on the Flint. I didn't even know that I could hit the Flint from here. I was launching them to stop a potential destroyer, and we did catch the destroyer. And those torpedoes were detected long before they ever got to the Flint. But the Flint wasn't paying attention to what's going on around him, and he manages to eat 2 torpedoes. Now, right here, we have 2 caps. We have A and we have C. We have to defend those caps. The majority of the enemy team is coming over here for C, which means I have no choice but to A, try to keep them lit up, and B, try to persuade them or dissuade them from trying to capture this base. Now, you can see I'm lining up some more torps here. We don't have them back yet, but I'm trying to line up some more torps. I'm checking the smoke screen to see if we're going to get a hit, and unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be a thing. I was hoping to catch that Z39 in the smoke screen over there, but didn't work out. However, the Synop is on top of us. We've still got quite a bit before he becomes a huge threat for us, but we're going to give him torps out in front, torps on, and torps behind, just in case we can get him to turn one way or the other and he comes for us. Now, I've kind of put myself in a bad position here. We've got the Z39 who just got to 4.7, so he got inside detection range. And initially I was like, I don't want to fire at this guy, but at the same time, I do want to fire at this guy. Any chance I get to take health off of that destroyer is going to be bonus for me. So we do get 2 torpedo hits on the Synop. We've got a good salvo against the Z39, and then he disappears into a smoke screen, and we are going to be able to try to disengage at this point. You can see everybody's starting to fire on us, which is what should happen. Leaving destroyers alive is never a good thing. However, we've done a lot to this Synop, and he is now burning. That's going to be a permafire. He's not going to live much longer. We did damage to him with torpedoes and flooding. He damage conned us and is getting torped, or getting set on fire. He just damage conned, though, our torpedoes and the fire, so he lives a little bit longer, but unfortunately it's a little too late. We don't get a fire, but my buddy Let Him Peek does, in fact, set 2 fires. And that Synop is not long for this world. And so we're trying to push back, and notice that now that the Synop, the big gun threat, is out, I'm heading back towards being able to spot. A, that keeps the enemies that are not the Synop detected, but B, it gives me another chance to run into that Z39. And you'll see here, I'm going to get a little greedy. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can shoot that Synop, but then I'm like, okay, he's burning, he's got a double fire, he's done. So we don't have to fire at him. And it's a good thing we held our fire, because I wasn't really noticing that, oh, hello, Z39, you're back. Now here, I'm holding my fire. I don't want to fire at him, because I did notice that this New Orleans is on his way. And I'm kind of trying to spread out the torpedoes a bit, trying to give the widest ability for me to possibly get. Now, I get detected by the plane, and that's unfortunate, but what I do next is actually a fatal mistake. This is where I make a mistake. I turned all the way back around when I had a perfectly good island right there that I could have just sailed right behind and stayed alive. Now, I see that island now, and I'm reversing towards it, but my propulsion's been knocked out. Luckily, we have that freaking perk that allows us to have the ability to maintain movement. But the New Orleans is getting absolutely shredded by Let Him Peek, but he is destroying me in the process. Luckily, Let Him Peek finishes off the New Orleans. We have 12 seconds left before we get a chance to damage con the fire and get our screw back so that we have propulsion again. Now, we took way too much damage there, all because I didn't turn behind the island. I tried to turn all the way back around, and I just screwed myself. So, I'm not immune to making mistakes. We all make mistakes. But learning from our mistakes is where a lot of people seem to fail. Now, we've got the Colorado out here who's sailing in reverse, or maybe he's going forward, I can't really tell. But he's trying to get out of this center cap here. We have now managed to capture B, which means we still have a 2-cap advantage. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I had to concede this cap because we were heavily outgunned, but we're in a position now that we can potentially pull this off. Now, the Colorado is low health, so we start firing at him, trying to get a fire. That's all we're doing. And we don't get a fire, but Let Him Peek did. And the Colorado goes down. Now, we do get some torpedo hits on this Colorado, which was nice. That gives us our high caliber, and it puts this Colorado in a position where he literally is screwed. He can't do anything. He's already had to damage con the flood, which means as soon as he gets set on fire, that's GG. He will burn to death at this point, because apparently battleships take more damage from fires than anybody else, which is obnoxious. Just because they have more health, they take more damage from fires. Because cruisers and destroyers don't take as much damage as battleships do from fires. And he gets set on fire by the shores, and then we get a fire on him as well, allowing us to finish off this kill. Well, we don't kill him. Let Him Peek kills him. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this match. It was a solid team outing where everybody participated, which is unusual in ranked, but it had both teaching moments for us and as well good moments for entertainment. So at the end of the day, the number one thing I want you to take away from this video is know what's going on around you. We failed at one point and almost got ourselves killed, and it got how many people seriously damaged in that match? The Boise, the Flint, Me? I mean, how many people in one match can get screwed over because you're not paying attention to what's going on around you? Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, punch the like button for me. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.